with another review. Today we're going to be looking at gijoeclassified series Jason's Shockwave Faria, and I think I pronounced that correctly, and we're going to crack into that shortly. But what I'm also going to be doing today is I'm going to be doing a comparison to the 2009 Shockblast figure, which this isn't exactly it. This is the figure, but it's got a couple of extra things on here that I added myself, but we'll get more into that later. So let's have a look at what's inside the box. All right, so cracked him out of the cardboard coffin there. See the fantastic art here. My box seems to have a bit of a ding in it. I don't know how, but it does. Anyway, we'll just scoot that out of the way. And you can see that he is character number 105 in the line. Just a quick one. I'm not going to harp too much on this because we've all seen the box by now. Yep, cool. These bad boys here. From left to right, you have the lightning bolt, which represents Vanguard. He is a level 3. The next one over is light weapons. He's a level 3. The third one there, which is a chest piece, which I don't think we've seen before in the line. That is tactics, and he is a level 4. I could be wrong. Feel free to correct me in the comments if I am. I'm open to be told I'm wrong. And the last one is Urban Combat, and he's a level 3. So, now that that's out of the way, let's have a look at the figure. Face sculpt, paints, pretty good. No wonky eyes, we love that. Some nice detail here on his vest. Knife sheath there, pouches on pouches on pouches. Got his dual holsters there. Knee pads, another knife sheath on his ankle. And around the back, you've got the camo on the pants. I guess you call that digital camo. Again, correct me if I'm wrong. But yeah, looking pretty good. Cool. All right. He stands well, as you notice, but we'll just put him to the test again, see if he doesn't topple over the first time down. Yep, beautiful. T-pose. Arms are quite loose. No issues there, no restriction. We've got the shoulder joints that roll forward, which was brought to my attention by Lawrence from Punk with Toys. I believe they're called butterfly cups. Head rotation is good. Yep, kicking out, no problem. Almost do the full splits. Leg articulation, fantastic on the right leg or left leg. And again, no issues there. Drop down hips are still in play. Yeah, his feels quite good in hand. Arm joints here, wrist swivels are good. Definitely no complaints thus far. Cool. So let's have a look at him compared to the Shockblast figure. So I think it was 2009 the Shockblast came out. The reason it was called Shockblast is, I believe, the licensing may have expired on the name. But as you can see, they've gone a darker shade of a darker hue of blue for the classified compared to this one. The vest, there is some similarities. He's got the knife there. You got the ribbing down here, which they've got up here. He's got like some grenades there, which they don't have on this one, but that's neither here nor there. He's got the dual holsters, and they've given him like padding here on the legs as opposed to here, which he has, but it's not painted on. And then you've got the shin guards here. He doesn't have those on this figure. In terms of the faces, the balaclavas, not much difference there. And, you know, much of a muchness on the back. But yeah, definitely prefer the darker color than the lighter color on this one. Looks better. Anyway, so that's that. Let's have a look at the accessories now and get him all kitted. He doesn't want to stand up now. All kitted out. All right, after ripping the accessories out of the bag, let's go through them one by one. We'll start with his cap. Now, the original figure had this molded on, of course, but in later releases, they decided to make it detachable, which is fantastic. Again, obviously the colors are different, as you can see, and they've changed up the camo on here. You're getting less yellow on the classified one as opposed to the Shockblast one. So let's pop that on his head. Sits pretty flush. His ear line's here. The hat goes down to it and no further. So yeah. I personally think it should maybe go a bit lower. It looks a bit like it's sitting a bit high for my liking. Let's see how it looks backwards. Probably won't fit. I know. You can rock it backwards if he wants. I'm gonna leave it like that for now. Next up, got his nightstick. Now, this isn't too bent out of the box. It's not too bad. It is bendy, but it's not straight, but yeah. In terms of the accessory, it's very basic. But, you know, with that said, it's a nightstick. Like, you're not going to really be able to do a lot with it. I personally think they should have swapped this out for something else. I don't know, maybe a sledgehammer or something. He is a SWAT guy after all. Next up, and I'm already not a fan of these, but let's see how they look up close. And that's his two mini SMGs. I think they're quite basic. I think they could have done a better job with giving more accurate to his V1 submachine gun than this. You know, it's nothing great. And they come with clips, which are quite tiny. So we'll just chuck one of those in there. No, that doesn't look to be the right way around. That seems like the right way around. So yeah, that's them. There is a hole for, I don't know if you can see that really that well, but there is a hole for blast effects. And yeah, these holster into his sides here. I don't know if they can go in with the clips, but let's find out. They should. And they sit flush like so. I personally won't really probably be using these, but that's just me. This one doesn't want to. It's a pretty average like weapon in my opinion. I think they could have put a bit more into this. It's like very soft, and the clips, this one's sticking a little bit when I put it in. Giggity. And yeah, they're just going to stay in the holsters like so. Then you've got one of his knives. I feel like we've seen this before recently. Nothing flash. That will likely go in the top sheath, I'm guessing. Nope, it doesn't want to go in there. Surely that doesn't fit in the boot. Okay, it fits in the boot. There you go. Like so. It is snug, so that's good. Then you've got his other knife here. Yep, nothing flash. And that will go in like so. And voila. He is kitted up with all that stuff. There is no place, as far as I can see, for the truncheon, nightstick, whatever you want to call it. But then lastly, we have easily the best accessory that comes with the figure, and that is his right shield, which has like the tampos, zoom in there for a second, of Cobra people that he is knocked the hell out, let's just say. And there's some nice detailing on it. And then flip it, you got the room for his arm, and that is pretty much that. It should just clip on and be able to hold it. Let's have a look. So it does. That's not holding in his arm, but it is clipped on. It looks pretty cool with the figure, I've got to admit. For when he's cracking heads in the streets. Here is his nightstick. And that is him with everything. Now, in terms of balancing with that shield, that could pose an issue, but let's see. He's holding up, standing up pretty good. Just have another look. There we go. Now, coming back to this guy. So he originally came with the hat, as I showed you before, which is not going to want to stay on now, of course, while I'm filming video. He also came with a helmet, which makes sense if he's, in riot gear and whatnot. And he also came with a gas mask, which had see-through lenses, which was a nice touch. Now, from memory, I think he also came with a shotgun. Now, I don't know if I still have that. I didn't look. I didn't feel like I needed it really for this video, but if you go on yojo.com or wherever else, you'll see it on there. Now, instead of the SMGs in the side holsters, he came with 2 mini pistols. Now, if you remember, the V1 figure had a blue pistol, so that was a nice nod to that. Now, when I got this figure, I wanted to trick it out a little bit, so I got him a Marauders Gunrunners backpack, because the original figure had the backpack and knife, if you recall. I wanted to replicate that somewhat. This should just stick on here, but it's coming off now. And I also got him, funnily enough, a riot shield from Marauders Gunrunners. So, there you have it. I was predating Lenny & Co with that one. These things need to be glued, but I've never glued it. And I also gave him, I'm pretty sure this was from Marauders as well, an MP5, because that seemed pretty in line with what a SWAT guy or a specialist would have. And I generally display him with his trademark cap on. But again, if you look at him with the helmet, it's pretty cool. Or the gas mask. Now, this is where, if you can put it on his head. Now, this is where I take issue with that. Because, again, light on with the accessories. Knives, low cost. The SMGs, very basic, low cost. A lot of the costing in that shield. Nightstick, next to nothing. So now I'm going to have to kit him out the way I would like him. I would like him to have something like I have on the other figure. And that's where I grab my Gridiron Studios MP5. and we put it on the figure and give him a respectable looking firearm. Like so. Instant improvement. And I just don't understand, like, why you're going to have an iconic figure and not give him what people would like to see him with. And I'm sure I'm not alone here. With that said, I'm sure some people will be happy with what he comes with, but we're paying a premium for these figures. This cost me around 50 bucks. Give me more. Like, take away one of the holsters. If you want to give him an SMG in a holster, give him one. Use that costing and put it into something like that. Make it more attractive. It's not asking a lot. It's not asking a lot. You know, look at what they did with this. They gave him a gas mask. They gave Big Ben, the classified figure, an extra head with a gas mask. Like, it's not that hard. It's not that difficult. You know, he doesn't come with a backpack, so they're already saving money there. And I'm not too exactly sure what reuse of parts are being used here, but I'm sure they're saving money there. Anyway, enough of that rant. That's Shockwave, guys. I hope you enjoyed the review. I'm not going to prattle on too much. In terms of my rating, you know, I would love for this to be, again, and I feel like I'm repeating myself, I'd love for this to be a 5 shark rating. But it's not. It's not. I'm giving it 3 sharks out of 5. Because if I take away that, and I give him back that, and I give him back that, that's all it is. That's Shockwave. Anyway, you're going to need him in your collection if you're a completist. You're going to need him in your collection if you love Shockwave. It's that simple. This is where Hasbro has us by the balls. So, without further ado, I'm going to wrap this up. Thank you for watching today. While you're here, if you're new to the channel, please feel free to check out some of my other videos. I've got more content coming in the days and weeks ahead. And yeah, feel free to throw me a sub if you feel so inclined. And that is all. That's Shockwave. Thanks for watching. Have a great day.